Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here. Today we're looking at Batman Two-Face by DeMatties and Scott McDaniel. Very cool book, one shot. Came out around the time, I guess it was Batman and Robin, perhaps, because Two-Face wasn't that the one that Two-Face was the villain in, and so DC to do their part, came out with these like one shots celebrating the villains. Anyway, cool ass Brian Stelfree's cover. Cannot wait to share it with you guys. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button and let's get right into it. Brian Stelfree's is like such a great Batman artist. He did a bunch of Batman like Shadow of the Bat covers, and I've just always loved his style. He's worked with Marvel too, on things like Black Panther and just other books, and I just really love his style. This is like a DC bookshelf format book that came out. I mean, it's only $4.95, so that should tell you something. But it came out in 1995, and I do feel this is around the time of like Batman and Robin with the Tommy Lee Jones kind of Two-Face. So let's get into it, guys. So J.M. DeMatties, writer, Scott McDaniel, artist, Pat Gary, colorist, and Todd Klein, letterer. A very, very sound, creative team here. I love the art. Scott McDaniel has had an interesting artistic career. I feel like he was emulating like the Frank Miller Sin City thing. He was doing some fun stuff on Elektra around this period, and I do like his art. Very dark and moody, very high contrast, and very, very much what Frank Miller was trying to do at the time. I think it was kind of ballsy for him to sort of break out of his style and come out and do it, although he did a pretty good job of it. I'm not mad at a lot of clone artists, and I am a fan of a lot of them. I don't know if I'd necessarily call this a clone of Frank Miller, but he was definitely leaning into that style. But I mean, everyone was just so blown away by Frank Miller's Sin City at the time that even Jim Lee, like on Death Blow, was sort of doing a similar style to this. And it does have its appeal, very noir. So DC did do these books like, like these one shots about the villains from the Batman movies when they would come out. And they would always be good. I feel like they were always like mostly self-contained and not directly tied to movies. And just cool. I am kind of loving the art on this. It does look really cool. I haven't looked at this in so long. Classic things like the Bat Cave are always fun to look at. The colors here are really cool. I'm kind of enjoying it. I'm getting a little bit, which makes sense, Batman Year One vibes. Alfred. Did we see the big penny? It's just not. Oh. Maybe. I mean, I guess the Batman movies, did they have the penny and the dinosaur? Has it ever been done? If not, crucial miss on the Batman mythos. Although arguably, Disco Ball, it'd be a different, incarnation of the Batman who may not have had the same exploits as the comic book version. I mean, come on, that is very like, hello, Frank Miller. I mean, I can almost see the page from The Dark Knight that's almost a direct homage to. You know what I'm talking about, y'all? Chuck Brute, Sack Brute, like sound effects for days. Very effective, very good design elements here. And, Scott McDaniel. Also interesting is, he broke into the industry on his own style. So did, like a few artists I feel have done that, in the history of comics. Keith Giffen being one of them, drastically changing your style when you're already known for one. It's risky for sure. But if it's good, if you're a good artist, it pays off. The Two-Faced Disciples. This story looks kind of epic. I do like J.M. DeMatties' writing. I mean, Craven's Last Hunt, Justice League International, so many great things. Just a really great writer that I always knew I was going to love this story if I saw his name on the cover or in the writer's credit. Great shot of Batman there. This is a fun book. Have you guys read this before? Do you remember this? Very cool. Very epic. Very cinematic. Very fitting. But very few mentioned, I feel. I never see this pop up. Some great art. Very cool book. Celebrating Two-Face. Gotham City turned Two-Face into the man he is today. Now he'd like to express his gratitude. Oh, that's kind of a great tagline. Very cool. Batman, Two-Face. J.M. DeMatties, Scott McDaniel. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to my channel. Hit like. Share my content. I'll bring you more later.